What's up, TappN fam? We're back with another Shots O'clock series where we bring you the inside scoop on the nightlife in your city by meeting with the key players of the industry itself. Today, we have the privilege of meeting with one of the most creative DJs in the Cleveland nightlife right now, a true trendsetter, founder of TBA Radio and Scenematrix Motion Pictures, Mr. Scenematrix himself, SceneDj. Scene, we appreciate you locking in with us today.
Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's dive right into it. Tell me a little bit about TBA Radio and your journey as a DJ.
All right, yeah. So TBA Radio, it started off really when I first started DJing. It started TBA, obviously, is to be announced, but I would film like just DJ sets just randomly in random places, whether it be in my backyard. I've done down by the Hope Memorial Bridge. There was another one, it was like by Canal Road Bridge downtown and stuff like that. So like random places, and I would just find like cool backdrops to just set up.
These are pop-up locations.
Yeah. Essentially like pop-ups, but it would just really just be me. You know what I mean? So like, I'd just find some time and I'd have some free time and be like, you know what, I'm just go out and find a spot and just film a DJ set.
Okay.
And actually kind of like started too because I don't know if you're familiar with it's called Circle. So they do like really like cool DJ sets and like on top of like mountains, like
oh wow.
And it's cool. They're like private, I guess, parties in a way. And they'd have like, like 20, 30 people there. So that kind of like sparked the idea of doing this. But also because like I'd never really see, I guess, like local DJs or like underground DJs do this, especially around here. So it was just kind of a way for me to just kind of showcase my, I guess, DJ skills.
Okay.
So that's kind of like how TBA started. And then now I've expanded to having guest DJs. I think I'm at, I think it's like 30 episodes now. So like 30 like uploads. And then I think like half of them are like guest DJs. So,
okay.
Yeah, I like featuring guest DJs just so I can give them a platform that I essentially just give myself. I upload to YouTube. I give them like an hour and a half sets, and they just do their thing. It's pretty cool because like I've had this one group, We Miss You. They did a pop-up DJ set at City Slice. I've had some other people do stuff in their backyard, or just stuff like downtown. So yeah.
How do you go about selecting the DJs or the locations for these shoot? Is it all like improv, or do you have a process behind it?
I guess like as of late, I've been just kind of like, just reaching out to people who I've just kind of met on this journey. And then like, real good friends too, like shout out my boy, Rich. Yeah. So he was the first guest,
right.
guest
really?
DJ. Yeah. He was the first TBA
DJ
guest.
RC3.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Shout out Rich. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, reaching out to, my close circle, I guess. The people who I've met along this journey, and I've actually, it's been cool because like now I've been getting people who are kind of like outside of the people I've worked with, kind of like reaching out and just like wondering, oh, how could I get featured on here and stuff like that. So I can definitely see it growing, and that's kind of like how it's just starting now, I guess, really. Just me reaching out to like DJs who I think are dope and who I think, should have a platform to showcase their skills, really.
I love that. I love it. And you have genuinely created a platform, more specifically combining your videography expertise in with your music passion.
Yep.
I feel like you're creating something so unique because, like you were saying earlier, most DJs don't have videos of their sets, or they don't have that platform to showcase, especially at not such a cinematic quality.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah. I feel like just content is just so important nowadays. I mean, I came from, when I started doing like music stuff, there really wasn't anything. I mean, there was like MySpace, and then before SoundCloud, SoundClick.
Oh yeah.
And then other than that, I mean, we'd have to be burning CDs and try and pass them out.
Off a LimeWire.
Yeah, and then try and get on blogs and hopefully they post your stuff. But like nowadays, it's so easy. So it's like, why wouldn't you, just post stuff regularly and like put stuff out there just for people to see? I mean, I know at first it's going to be like, you're going to get like 5 views, but like, as long as you keep doing it and like consistently just do it, I mean, you're gonna get better as far as, you know, creating the content. You're gonna get it better that way, but then you're also just gonna reach a audience because like people are gonna be like, oh, he's posting again, and it's gonna pop up on their feed and stuff like that. So yeah, consistency is everything, and like content is like just so important nowadays, I feel like.
I love that. Appreciate that. So you started doing TBA events. Walk me through the first TBA event.
Okay. So first TBA event was really just it was like my birthday party.
Okay.
So I didn't really have a name for it other than TBA. So it was kind of like an invite only type thing. I just reached out to people. I DM'd them on Instagram and kind of just invited people who I thought that should be there.
Okay.
And I kind of advertised it as well as like a boiler room type DJ set where it would be filmed. We did at Breakthrough Sounds, and it was a blast. I had 3 other DJs there, and it was a great time, and that so good that we had to do it again. Okay. So the first time was 2 years ago, and then this past year we did it again. But this time I figured out a name for it. Okay. And the name was Revolve. Which kind of doubles as Revolution Around the Sun. So
okay.
Yeah.
Poetry, I hear you.
I'm hoping to make Revolve kind of like a yearly type event. So yeah, you'll definitely see it here in 2025. But yeah, that's kind of like how the TBA radio, I guess, events kind of just grew, I guess.
Okay. Now, I've been seeing you do a lot of pop-up underground events recently here, more specifically with Lunar Underground. You want to tap into that a little bit?
Yeah. First of all, shout out Lunar Underground. They have been a big part in my journey, for real. They know how to bring people out. They bring such a unique vibe. I mean, they've been doing their thing way before I've been, DJing and stuff, but it was cool to like link up with them just because it's like when they brought this pop-up to me at Bites Cafe, it was just so like, it was kind of random. It was funny. Like Adam, he had DM'd me this video. I don't know where it was. It was some like, it looked like a McDonald's or some like shop or something like that. And it was like hectic. There was like, they had the DJ booth in the middle, and then like people like drinks like flying all over the place. Like it was wild. So like he was like, can we do something like this? I was like, we can, but then I'm thinking about like, dang, I hope my equipment doesn't all get messed up. But yeah, because he had seen me, post these like DJ sets where I'd be just in random places and stuff. So that's why he reached out to me about it. And he brought up doing it at Bites Cafe, which is down by the East 9th Pier. So yeah, he brought that up to me. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And it's funny because like, I think it was like the week before I may have been out of town, and I just had so much going on, and like edits and just a bunch of other work and stuff like that. And I hit him up. I'm like, man, could we like potentially do it like another day? Because I think we did it on a Thursday, so I was like thinking like maybe could we do it on like a weekend or something like that. He's like, no, man, we could just gotta run it. I was like, oh, I had to suck it up and we did it. And I'm glad I didn't back out or anything. And I'm glad that I did it when I did it, just because it's like, I went in there with no expectation. I thought I was just gonna go in there and just like kind of like play music, and it would be just like a small little thing. But it turned out to be a party.
It was a rave.
Yeah. It was so much fun. It was a blast, and shout out to Big Sana. He opened up the night, and yeah, man, it was wild just being able to do that. And I think it kind of like brought a lot of attention to what I'm doing, and also I guess like really just kind of what they're doing too. So it's like, and I guess it's like the perfect timing. It was like the perfect timing on when that happened, because like I feel like bigger name DJs like nationally started doing pop-ups too.
Okay.
So it's like
everybody riding the wave.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I don't want to say like, well, I guess I kind of
what's up, talk your
whatever. Talk. But it was funny because like I think John Summit had like done like a pop-up at a pizza shop or something like that. Okay. And people started DMing me it, showing me it. And then there was like another reel that I think it was a reel where they were saying like LA nightlife is dead, and like now there's cafe pop-ups and stuff.
Right, okay.
And so people were sending me
saw
that, and it was just funny because like, yeah, you see me. you know. So it was cool. Just like the timing was perfect, and yeah. Other than that, I mean, like the pop up itself was so much fun. Like it was just like a different vibe, just something unique to just bring to the city. Other than just going out to the normal night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say you guys definitely had a very unique approach to that, with it being on a Thursday, and I got to be in attendance for that, and I didn't know what to expect. But having everybody in there in that tight space, and you walk into this cafe where you expect to hear lounge music, and it's just deep house and techno, and it was really an experience. You had to be there. So then you guys had another event at the Rice Shop.
Yep. The Rice Shop.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Oh, first of all, R.I.P. of the Rice Shop. They're no longer there.
I heard about that.
Yeah, but they changed it to something new, so I'm excited to check that out.
Yeah.
I think it's a burger spot now, so that's cool. But
Party in the Van Aken district.
Yeah. So that event was wild. The cops came. So, and it actually made like national kind of like headlines type thing. It got posted on DJ Lovers Club, which is like a major, I would say like major like platform, social media platform, which is pretty sick. So like that kind of like brought some eyes on me on what I'm doing. So that was really cool, just being able to do that. And we collaborated with my boy Eddie, who was working there, and he let us kind of like have like creative control on like how we wanted it set up. So it was like real cool to just come together and just throw an event that was just different than anything else.
It was unique, for sure.
It was fun, man. It was so much fun, and I just can't wait to do another one.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to more TBA Lunar Underground collaborations in the near future, for sure. So tell me a little bit about your sound and style as a DJ. How would you describe it?
I guess my sound has kind of evolved. I mean, back before I was filming and stuff like that, I was, spinning hip hop. I was even rapping too.
Okay, you want to go there?
But so like it's kind of evolved, and then more recently I kind of just grew this love for electronic music. Okay, and I would say for my style, as far as like DJing, I would say it would be groovy techno.
Groovy techno.
Yeah, that's kind of
okay. Walk me through groovy techno a little bit. What does that sound like?
So I would say it's kind of like, it's not like too fast, not too slow, but it just has that groove. You know what I mean? It makes you want to just move your body and just let loose. I don't know. Like it's that's just kind of like how I would say it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love like playing all sorts of like electronic or house and techno and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like that's just kind of like a good way to describe
your style.
Yeah.
So for those who may be unfamiliar, what's the difference, if you know, between like house, techno, dubstep?
It's kind of like, it's confusing for sure. It's definitely confusing. I mean, I'm learning myself. I really consider myself sort of new in this electronic genre, really too. Cause like I said, I grew up like listening to hip hop and stuff, but I would say as far as like the main differences like between house and techno, I would say is kind of like the BPM is like the big thing. And then other differences, I would say techno is like more repetitive. Okay. I would say more like raw sounding, if like that would be kind of like a good way to describe it, like more like electronic elements in a way. And then house kind of like incorporates more like disco, jazz, you know, you got a little bit more like instruments in there and whatnot. And then you also have a lot more vocal stuff in house, I feel like. So yeah, along with the BPM differences, like, techno is a little bit faster and then house is a little bit, slower, a lot more smooth and stuff. I feel like those are kind of like the main differences. And I know it kind of gets more confusing too, because like
With
there's
the
like subgenres and stuff.
Now,
yeah.
I won't lie. I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole to get a better understanding because I wasn't as familiar with house or EDM, electronic dance music.
Yeah.
And I will say I credit a lot of my friends and honestly the local scene here in Cleveland for really giving me a new perspective. I thought it was all just wah, 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 wah. But house, like you said, is more melodic. It has more vocals, more big builds and crescendos, more instrumentation, whereas techno is going to be more synthesized, computer generated. But it's even all of them are hitting on that 4/4 beat. That
funny way to kind of explain it. House is like I always see it like on the internet, boots and cats.
Boots and cats and boots. Okay.
Yeah. And then techno's the oons.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It's like a different like beat pattern.
Now I did see somebody else say that to get a better understanding of house, even in the subcategories, house is really just sped up jazz or R&B. And they said that house is typically, like you said, in a different BPM. It's typically 120 to 130 BPM. And techno is usually around 130 to 150 with those different sound elements. But
that's spot on for sure.
But groovy techno.
Yeah, groovy. Yeah. That's me right there.
We'll have to coin that one for Scenematrix. So we talked a little bit about the first TBA event. What is your approach to promotion, not only for these events, but for yourself as a creative?
I would say social media has been a big part. Beyond the music thing, just building my brand, whether it be the video production brand. I grew that. I've been doing it now for 10 years. I grew that with social media, word of mouth. And then now, growing my DJ music side, just social media and word of mouth. But also networking and just kind of like when you go to these places, when you meet people, keep in contact with them, connect with them on social media again. But, when you see them out, say what's up, you know what I mean? It's like just having that, face-to-face connection. And then also, through the internet, it's like, the opportunities will come, you know what I mean? So I feel like those are like the two big things that has helped me. Social media and just networking in person has been huge.
Okay, sure. That's a bar. We appreciate that. What do you feel is the most important element to a successful event?
Important element to a successful event.
Be it the music, the aesthetic, the hosting. For TBA radio, what is the most important element to a successful event?
I would say like proper promotion and like marketing. So that's one thing. But then also like, I guess like organization and like your communication with the people who you have, whether they be playing or, your communication with just like the venue in itself and everyone who's playing a part in it. I feel like as long as everyone's on the same page with everyone who's working the event, everything's going to go smooth. And then like if you're on it with promoting and marketing the event, then people will come, you know what I mean? So then that's really all you need. And, you know what I mean? As long as you got those two things, I feel like you'll really kind of like have a successful event. Cause like if the people who are working it are all on the same page and then the people, you get people in the door. I mean, that's it. Kind of all you need. I mean,
that's the recipe.
Yeah. I mean, the worst thing that you could do is let the music stop and then people leave. So, I mean, once you get people in the door, that's like that's probably like the hardest part, I feel like.
Okay. Well said. Well, diving a little deeper into the Cleveland nightlife culture itself, what's one thing you feel is missing from the Cleveland nightlife scene?
What's missing? I would say, the variety, I guess. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's like a lot of